Hello, and welcome to the second part of the audit policy implementation project for the Microsoft Security course of the NESA program. My name is Shahir, and this is what I have for the project. I chose to go the GPO route for implementing audit policies in Active Directory. The initiative or the end result of this project is to basically fortify organizational security by implementing robust auditing policies on uh, remote network endpoints. The targeted activities encompass registry creation, modification, user and group account management, as well as tracking both successful and failed login attempts. This is all done through the group policy management console, which is a tailored audit policy template which will be created specifying success and failure criteria for each activity. So in practical terms, this project involves configuring the GPO settings to enforce these policies across the domain or designated organizational units. The ultimate goal is to establish a comprehensive auditing framework that enhances visibility into critical system and user interactions, contributing to a proactive approach to security management within the organization. So over here I have my two virtual machines running. I created these virtual machines. The first one is the Windows Server 2016, which is hosting our Active Directory domain controller. And one thing to point out is in the network section, this is an internal network. So if I go to settings, I can show you that it's an internal network. This is both these virtual machines are um, created with static IP addresses. The client is a virtual machine, a Windows 10 virtual machine, which is connected to the domain controller using the DNS. I used the IP address 192.168.1.19 for the server and .1.10 for the client. So I've went ahead and I've made sure that both of these virtual machines can ping each other. So if I go to CMD very quickly and I ping the server from the client, so ping 192.168.1.19, I get the response. And same thing for the administrator, or sorry, the server. If I ping the client 192.168.1.10, it should also give back some. Sorry about that. I just went into the sharing options for the client and these were turned off. I'm not sure why, maybe because this is an immutable system, so it probably reverted back to the other settings, but yeah, so I turned it on and we can now ping both systems. Which is great, so it's working. So now we'll move on to the actual policy. So now we can go ahead and create our policy. So in the domain controller, we can open group policy management, and over here in the GUI, we can see our forests, our domains, our actual domain that we're working with, and this is where we're going to create a GPO and link it. So we're going to click on that and we're going to give it a name. I'm just going to call it audit policy for simplicity, and we're going to save it. So this is our audit policy that we have just created. It's in the acme.local domain. So now we're going to go ahead and edit this policy with the assignment requirements. So I'm just going to make this a bit bigger. Okay, so we're going to start off with the actual policies that we need to add, so we can get those from computer configuration, policies, Windows settings, and security settings. And we can get them from, sorry, I'm just going to show you. This is the advanced audit policy configuration. So we're going to open this, and we're going to click on audit policies. And we can see in the side right now that nothing is configured and that we need to configure these things. So we're going to start off with object access. We're going to click on audit registry, and we're going to choose configure the following audit events, and we're going to click success and failure. We're going to apply these changes, and we're going to press OK. Next, we're going to go to the registry folder. We're going to open this. We're going to right click on it and click add key. Next, we are going to go to machine, software. We are looking for Microsoft, Windows, soft Windows, and we are looking for current version. Over here, we're going to go and look for run and run once. So these are specifically to things that have to do with startup programs. The run registry is located at this specific location. So we're going to look for run, and we're going to click OK. So over here, this is where we need to click our specific permissions. So we're going to go to advanced, and we're going to go to the auditing field. Over here, we're going to add, and we're going to select the principal. Over here, we really want everyone in the ADUC. So we're going to click or type everyone. We're going to check the names, and it'll show up, and we'll click OK. So that's basically what we have to do for the principal. Now we go to show advanced permissions, and we're going to add set value, create subkey, and read permissions. We're going to click OK. We're going to apply these changes, and we're going to click OK again. So we're going to click OK, and we're going to leave this as default and click OK. So if we go to registry, it should show up right there as our first intake, and we will add our second key as well, which was run once. So again, we click on machine, software, Microsoft. We're looking for Windows, current version. Now we're looking for run 2. I think I missed it. Run once, sorry. Again, we're going to follow the same procedure as last time, so we're going to click on advanced. We're going to go to auditing. So we're going to add everyone. Okay. Apply. Okay. And then we are going to click OK, and then again propagate these changes. So there's our run once, there's our run. So both of these are not configured. Now we can move on to the user account creation and modification. So we're going to go to account management. We're going to right click. Sorry, not right click, it's right here. We're going to click on the one that is at the bottom, audit user account management. We're going to configure the following audit events. We're going to choose both success and failure. We're going to apply. Then we're going to move on to group account creation and modification. So we can go over there using, again, account management, and we are going to select those three. So the instructions say that the requirements are for group management. It doesn't specifically say application, distribution, or security. So just for the general, just to be safe, I'm going to go ahead and configure success and failure for all of them. Just like that. Just for extra precaution, since it's not mentioned which ones to choose or not, that's why I've chosen that one. I've chosen all three. Also, inside the log on log off folder or directory, we can also see another option for audit group membership. We're going to click on this and choose configure success and failure. We're going to apply this as well. Next, we need to configure the successful and failed logon attempts. This will also be done through the log on log off pane under the audit policy menus. So we're going to click on audit logon, and we're going to click success and failure. Apply. Okay. So looking at the screen, there's also account logon at the top over here. So again, just to be in the general space, just to be sure that we are logging and auditing everything we need to match the success criteria, I'm going to go ahead and configure the following success and failure audits for audit credential validation, as well as audit Kerberos authentication service. Apply it and click OK. So at this point, the GPO is configured to match the criteria that was given. So now we have to push the GPOs to remote endpoints. We can do this through PowerShell commands, but in order to do that, we need to make sure that our firewalls on the remote computers allow us for intaking commands. So we're going to go over to Windows Firewall and Advanced Security. We're going to click on Windows Firewall, and we're going to choose inbound rules, and we're going to create a new rule. So what we're going to do is create a predefined rule, and this one will be called Remote Scheduled Task Management. So we're going to find Remote Scheduled Task Management, and we're going to go, and we need both of them, and we're going to allow this connection. So there's the first two that we need. We need more in order for our command to run, so we can push to remote places or remote endpoints. So again, we're going to go to predefined, and this time we are going to choose WMI. So WMI is the Windows Management Instrumentation, which is also required. I'm going to go next, next, and finish. So there's all of our requirements to make the required command and to deploy this policy to our client machine over here. So this is the command that we will use to deploy the policy and update the policy on the remote computers. So just to explain it quickly, we use get 80 computer to get all of the computers that are in our Active Directory. Then we are going to filter all of them, and we're going to create a for each loop So we're gonna invoke the GPU update command, which is very similar to, sorry, which is very similar to, um, well, I haven't typed it here, but basically it updates the policy and gets the new policies from the domain controller and applies them on the host. So that's what this does, and it's going to do it for each computer inside get 80 computer. So we're going to take all of the computers, and it's going to take the name of that computer, and it's basically going to force an update of the policies on that computer. So that's what this command does, and we're going to deploy it on PowerShell on the server. But before that, I'm quickly going to go over to PowerShell. Make this just a bit smaller, and I will show you that currently, if there are any, or sorry, we'll just clear it first. Audit poll clear. So, okay, so I have to run this as administrator. So I'm going to quickly run PowerShell as administrator. Nope. I'm going to type in my credentials. There we go. Those were the credentials for the domain controller administrator. Now we're going to again audit poll clear. Yep, there we go. And now if we get all of the available audit policies that we can configure and that are configured, we will see that none of them are configured on this host itself. So this is just to show the before and after of what it's going to look like. So right now, the ones that we're going for again are, log on. We want this to be logged and audited, etc., etc. So right now, as you can see, they're all in the no auditing zone. So we're going to go ahead and run this command on the server, and what it's going to do is going to run all of the policy updates on all of the computers. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to run this command. It's going to go ahead and run all of those commands on the other systems. And again, over here, just to show you again, we're going to clear, and we're going to get the category. Right now it shows as no auditing. So sorry, I cleared it by accident. So if we run this command now for the update of all of the virtual machines and all the endpoints, so we're going to run this. So it's going to update all of the policies. And so over here, if we go ahead and now if we use this command, audit policy, audit poll get category, and if we click enter, there we go. Those are our new entries. So again, log on, we have success and failure. For group membership, we have success and failure. For registry, we have it. It doesn't show the keys, but the keys we configured as well. And again, all of the group, security group, management, distribution group, application group, and the credential validation for user logon, all of it is here. So that is how you connect via a remote endpoint from the server. Another way you can do this is you can close the group policy management editor, because we've already done this, and So we can find out where our computer lives. I've put my client computer inside Acme Computers, and all we have to do is click Group Policy Update. So that's the GUI way of doing it. It will also do the exact same thing. It'll update the um, client computer with the new policies. Alright, so one more way. So we've already discussed two ways of um, configuring and deploying the policies on remote endpoints. One way was using the command, this command, so that we can get all of the AD computers, Active Directory computers, from the organization, and we can create a loop and we can update all of them at the same time with the new policies. The second way was using the GUI, using the GUI of the group management and uh, updating it from here. So that was the second way. The third way is right over here. So this is what I created as a third option. It's very different than the first two. It's more manual. Here is a variable in which I have created a list of PCs or endpoints. So again, this computer is called Windows 10 Client. It is connected to the domain. So this is inside the list. So the backup file over here is where we will create our backup file from the GUI. So I'm going to go to over here. We're going to go to audit policy. This is the policy we created. We're going to right click and we are going to create a backup. Okay, so I was trying to create a backup from here. I forgot that that's not how you do it. You have to go in to the group policy objects folder, and this is where you find your policy that you've created, the audit policy. You can right click and then back it up. So when you back it up, you can choose specified folder. I'll just leave it as default. I'll back it up into the C drive as the name backups, or actually I'll just say backup, and we'll click backup. Invalids. Okay, so we'll create a this PC. We'll create a new folder and we'll call it backup, and we'll back it up there. Okay, so we will go into this PC to the C backup. This is our backup, so we're gonna go into it. We're gonna go into GPO machine scripts. Sorry, not scripts. Microsoft, then T, the audit, and this is our file. So we're gonna go ahead and first we're gonna rename this to txt, just like that. We're going to copy this and we are going to paste it in. Sorry, we're going to paste it right here. We can delete this backup now. We don't really need it. I will update it in or upload it in Canvas with our with this video. So I guess I'll leave it for now. So yeah, so there's our audit.txt. From here, we will again, if I look at the script, so we'll rename this since I called it something else. Called it audit.txt. So there we go. So audit.txt. Again, we'll make it lowercase just so everything is alright. So next, again, we'll change this as well. Audit.txt. So basically what this script does is it does very similar to what our other command did. So basically it creates a for each. It takes computers or all the computers inside of remote computers. Again, remote computers is a list, and the only client we have is Windows 10 client, which is right here. So it takes that computer for this specific example and it copies the path of the backup file. So the backup file is again right here on the server computer. We're gonna take that file and we're gonna put it into our into this file right here. So then we are going to invoke the same command we did last time. Or sorry, we're not going to invoke any command. We're just going to basically, this is another script that we're going to run inside our client machine. Basically, what it does is that it restores this file and it runs it on the client machine. So if I copy this, sorry about that. If I copy this and let me just open a PowerShell. Actually, ISE will work better. So ISE, run as administrator. Paste that into here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just run this. So I'm going to run this. This is the output that it gave me. So basically, if I go over here now, and so let me just quickly clear this and just confirm that there's no audits, and I'm going to rerun this. Okay. So now if I change this path, I'm quickly going to change this path and then I'll continue. Okay, so now I'm in the correct directory. So now if I go and click or type ls, we can see our file that we sent from the client. So this is another way of pushing the file to remote endpoints. It's a bit more robust, but it does work. So from over here we can do our regular command of restoring the file. We are in the current directory, so we can just click this, and from here we can, I think I store. Okay, so I forgot the file extension. So over here, so this is also incorrect. So it goes backslash or / file, and then there you go. So now the command was successfully executed, and now if we can go to our get category, we can see that the same policies that are required are running. So this is the third way of doing it. So yeah, so that concludes my presentation video for the audit policy implementation part 2 for the Microsoft Security final project. Thank you so much. Have a great day.